Hi guys, let's continue with the nodal analysis with a supernode. What is a supernode? A supernode exists only when there is a dependent or independent voltage source between non-reference nodes. Let's consider this figure or the circuit below here. What is the first step to apply nodal analysis to a complex circuit? Let's identify first the non-reference and the reference node. So in this case, it's already labeled as V1 and this is V2, meaning these are the two non-reference nodes. And we have the third node here at the bottom as the reference node. Okay, so if we will label this as node 1. This is node 1 and this is node 2. And at the bottom here is the reference node, which has a 0 volt. Okay, so all of these branches will be grouped into one node, which we call it as a reference node. Okay, and then if we look at nodes 1 and 2, there is this independent voltage source between them. Remember that the unknown, the first parameter that we're going to solve for nodal analysis is the nodal voltages V1 and V2. So, since we have this independent voltage source, then this creates a supernode. A supernode, now when we solve a circuit having a supernode, first we are going to temporarily neglect this 5 volts and the resistor connected in parallel with the 5 volts. So let's just have this as one node, and that one node, we call it as a supernode. So we're going to encircle this, and we will call this as this one. This makes the supernode. So since it is a supernode, then it will be treated as one node and we call it as a supernode. And we will temporarily forget the 5 volts and the 10 ohm resistor. So after identifying the supernode, we have to label the branch current. So let's say this is current I1 and then the current I2. Okay, we're not going to label the current in the 10 ohm resistor because it is part of the supernode. Okay, let's then write current equation at supernode and we are going to apply KCL, Kirchhoff's current law at supernode. So still, current entering for KCL, we have the current entering, current in is equal to current out, the node. This time, the node is a supernode that consists of the node 1 and node 2. So we will treat this as one node and we call it as a supernode. So what are the currents entering the supernode? We have 10 amperes only. Current leaving, we have the I1, I2, and the 7 amperes. So we'll transpose the 7 to the left. So this is 10 minus 7. And then we will express the currents in terms of the nodal voltages. So I1, the I1 is the current that flows through 8 ohms. So its direction is downward, so meaning V1 minus 0. V1 minus 0 divided by 8. And also I2 is going downward, so meaning V2 is higher in potential than 0. So you have V2 minus 0 over 5. Okay, and then since there is this denominator, then we have to get rid of them by multiplying both sides of the equation by the least common multiple, which is 40. So this one, 10 minus 7, this is 3. Okay, so 3 times 40, that is 120 equals 4 divided by 8, that's 5 multiplied by V1. 40 divided by 5, that's 8, so we have 8 V2. Okay, then we have this equation 1 at the supernode. Okay, since we have two unknowns here, and we need one more equations, assume here that the unknowns are, assume that the required unknowns here is we have to solve for V1 and V2. Okay, they are the unknowns. Then, how are we going to find the second equation? Okay, now we'll have to isolate the supernode. The voltage, okay, look at the supernode. Okay, the voltage here, we have an independent voltage source, which is 5 volts. And of course, since 10 ohms is connected across or in parallel with the 5 volts, meaning the voltage also across the 10 ohm branch is also 5 volts. Now, if we isolate it together with the nodes 1 and 2, so if we have to draw here, we'll just have to draw here. Okay, and then we have node 1, and then we have the source. Okay, wait. So let's just use the next slide to have enough space. So again, we're going to label this. So this is plus, minus, and then we have here I1, I2, and this is our this is the supernode. Okay. So let's isolate the supernode with the resistors connected to it. Okay, so we have, say, we have these volts, 5 volts. And then we have here the resistor connected across it. So meaning they have the same voltage. Okay, and then the reference. So if this is node 2 and node 1. Okay, if we look at here, the current I1 is going downward. So meaning this is the polarity of the V1. Also with the V2, plus minus. So the voltage across here, this is V1, and the polarity is plus minus since the current is going downward. And we have here also V2, and the polarity is plus minus since the current is going downward. And then we're going to apply KVL around the loop. No? Okay, so let's apply KVL around the loop. Apply KVL in this figure. So let's have the clockwise direction. So we have V1, and then minus 5 minus V2, that's equal to 0. Okay, then we have V1 equals 5 plus V2, and this is our equation 2. Okay, now, if we have here, if we substitute V1 to our equation, V1, which is the equation 2, to equation 1, so let's have from equation 1. So what is the equation 1? We have here the equation 1 as 120 equals 5V1 plus 8V2. So we'll have 120 equals 5V1 plus 8V2. And then if we are going to substitute, or if you wanted to solve first V2, let's have to solve for V1. So you have to transpose. So this is 5 V1 minus 5. So they have 2A. So if we will substitute 2A to equation 1, so we have 120 plus 5 V1 plus 8 V2. V2 is V1 minus 5. So we have 120 equals 5V1 plus 8V1 minus 40. Okay, then transpose the 40, so this becomes 160, and this is 13V1. So the V1 is equal to 160 over 13 volts. Then, if we will simplify it, it is 6.154 volts. So then solve V2. So in solving for V2, we'll just use from equation 2A. So V2, equation 2A. So we have V1 minus 5. Or you have 6.154 minus 5, that is equal to 1.154 volts. Then, if we are going to solve, if we will continue, if I1 and I2 also is unknown. So, we'll just use Ohm's law. We'll substitute. We're going to substitute the values of the nodal voltages and the resistances to solve for the currents. So if we have here, and I2 are unknown. Simply, we have I1 equals V1 over 8, or this is 6.154 divided by 8. So amperes. Also, I2 is equal to V2 over 5. So we have I2 equals 1.154 over 5 amperes. Okay, so that's how we are going to solve a complex circuit when there is a supernode. Again, we have combined the two nodes that has independent voltage source between them. And if there is a resistor connected across to the voltage source, then we need to neglect temporarily and combine it together with the nodes 1 to the voltage source and the resistor.